Hey, what's going on, guys? Xbox Online Channel, host Sega Forever here. Developer Direct was today. Unfortunately, where I live, I'm not able to watch it live because I'm working when it was on. I did listen to Unlimited Productions and the crew give their thoughts on it while the show was playing. I didn't get to watch it though, but I did listen to them. And so I'm here with Hebot, the world's most powerful gamer. We're gonna play the video and then give our reactions. Hebot, you there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here, brother. I'm here.
All right, I want to start playing the video. Oh, that's cool. Can you hear it, bro? I'm actually on the YouTube channel, so I can't really.
It's just taking that.
I love the way they open these shows.
Oh yeah. Trying to spotlight, all the developers. I know that they were doing drawings of games so that you kind of figure out what game is what,
Right.
but without really telling you what it is. I also like that the presentation is not only focusing on the games, but it kind of highlights each team individually. So as they keep making the games, you try to do one of these, you're getting to meet them a little bit more close up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's one thing I always liked about the showcases. I do like these kind of things. When people were complaining about it, I was kind of. It didn't bother me at all because I like this stuff.
Right. It's a way
But
of doing like doing an interview and showing the game at the same time.
oh my gosh, this looks amazing.
Oh yeah,
I have
oh
it
yeah,
in 4K. I have it in 4K. So.
oh yeah,
that's
oh
fine.
yeah, oh yeah. Just listen to it and then we'll talk.
Yeah, Team Ninja. Oh, Japanese developers.
こんにちは。
Yeah,
超えてくもゲームスチーム忍者の安田文彦です。
uh-huh.
今日は皆様にチーム忍者が長く大切にしてきたアクションシリーズの新情報を発表できる機会をいただけてとても嬉しく思います。早速ですが、こちらをご覧ください。
Is it playing?
Several years ago,
Yeah, it's
the
playing.
Dark Dragon,
I'm just letting you
youngest
enjoy
of divine dragon gods,
the video. You haven't
wreaked
seen it.
havoc across the world. The plot was ultimately thwarted through the efforts of a sole ninja. However, the Dark Dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour of cursed rain. The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos to this day.
Infiltrated the facility. Commencing mission.
Platinum.
The fact that they're doing it crossover development with Platinum was shocking to me.
Yeah. Like I told you, man, when I was listening to this earlier on Unlimited Podcast, I thought about you.
You're open.
Oh, that's cool.
It looks very futuristic, like Neo Tokyo type.
This is it.
Action.
Ryu Hayabusa.
Whatever your clan is plotting, it ends here.
Oh,
So you've come, Raven.
oh, there we go.
Hayabusa. I will execute my mission.
世界中の町人の皆さん、10年以上大変お待たせしました。最強の忍者となり、容赦なく襲い来る敵に挑むハイスピードアクション、忍者ガイデンのナンバリング最新作として、忍者ガイデン4を発表させていただきました。本作はプラチナゲームズさんとの協業で開発を進めています。プラチナゲームズさんのアクションゲームというジャンルにおける実績は言うまでもなく、ベヨネッタやニアオートマタなど素晴らしいアクションタイトルを生み出してこられました。忍者ガイデン4というタイトルを10年以上の時を超えて新たに皆様にお届けするにあたり、より多くの方に新鮮な気持ちでプレイしていただけるよう、新たな世界を新主人公であるもう一人の町人、ヤクモで冒険するという形で制作することにしました。先ほどご覧いただいた映像の中で、竜ハヤブサも登場しておりましたが、
Holy
彼
cow.
は今回も物語に密接に関わってきます。なぜヤクモと戦うことになったのか、竜ハヤブサが戦う目的は何なのか、本作の物語の中で展開していきます。
任務は必ず成し遂げる。邪魔をするな。
物語は黒竜がもたらした正気の雨によって荒廃した首都東京が舞台となっています。この雨は黒竜がまだ生きている証であり、雨が止まない限り東京に安寧は訪れません。
Oh, you know something silly.
今作の新主人公であり、ハヤブサと対をなすカラス一門に所属するヤクモが首
Man,
都
Platinum
東京で
Games,
黒
dude.
竜を倒し、この世界を晴らすため
Platinum
戦いに
Games,
身を
bro.
投じ
They're
ま
just
す。
I mean, they know how to do
これま
action.
で忍者ガイデンシリーズで描かれてきたダーク
Regardless
でハード
how
な
they
世界観は継
carry
承し、
themselves.
そこにさらに危機を感じさせる要素として呪いやより混沌とした景観のデザインを取り入れています。ステージプレイ中に街が呪いの影響を受け、ビルは崩れ、道は歪み、ヤクモをピンチに陥れることでしょう。舞台となる東京はとある出来事によって街全体が崩壊し、魔族やヤクモと敵対する勢力がひしめき合う状態になっており、環境全体がプレイヤーに牙を向くように感じられるはずです。前作より立体的に自由度の増した危険に満ちたステージを
Dang.
リングやシリーズおなじみの体術など忍者アクションを駆使して乗り越えていくことになります。レールアクション、スイングアクションなどのダイナミックで爽快なシチュエーションを多く追加しました。これら以外にも様々なシチュエーションやチャレンジ、隠されたアイテムなどを用意しており、ステージが進むごとに上がっていくテンションにも驚いていただけると思います。
Oh, nice.
新しい主人公のヤクモは、竜ハヤブサに次ぐ新たな町人です。彼にはまだ若さも残っていますが、カラス一門を背負う天才忍者でもあり、忍者ガイデンシリーズにおける忍者の頂点、竜と肩を並べる次世代の町人たり得る人物としてデザインしています。そんなヤクモの前に立ちふさがるのは、荒れ果てた東京の治安維持組織であり、黒竜の封印を守る竜神島や、現世に蔓延する人ならざる者、妖魔、そしてもちろんシリーズおなじみの魔人も登場します。また、現時点では公開していませんが、新たなキャラクターやシリーズファンの方に喜んでいただける人物も登場しますので、続報にご期待ください。
従来のシリーズからバトルスピードをさらに加速させ、目にも止まらぬスピードで敵との攻防を繰り広げることができます。さらに、ヤクモが使える新要素、結節忍術、ヌエの型を駆使したダイナミックな攻撃によって、これまでから大きく進化した一対他の戦闘を可能にしました。ヌエの型では、これまでの忍者ガイデンにはない 広範囲かつ一撃必殺の攻撃となっており、多勢に無勢の状態が長く続く戦況を一気に覆すことができます。もちろん1対1の戦闘における比率も健在です。プレイヤー同様、敵もガードや回避をしてくるため、緊張感のあるフェアな戦闘を味わうことができます。敵の動きをしっかりと捉えながら、一瞬の隙を逃さずに攻撃を仕掛けていくことが重要です。ヌエの方によって忍者ガイデンのアクションの味わいにさらなる進化を感じられるかと思います。
特にアクションに関しては手触り、バランス調整など細部にわたり日々議論させていただき、会社の垣根を越えた密なやり取りをさせていただいています。本作の主人公であるヤクモは竜とは一味違うアクションを有していますが、その中でもしっかりと忍者ガイデンらしさを感じていただけると思います。例えば、
I think
ヌエ、
I've put in a link to the
が
video
これが
recommended.
ヤクモの大きな特徴ですが、それらが持つ多彩な性能のアクションを用いて、
Please on your message.
状
You
況
can
ごとに
see.
使い分ける攻略の深みや
Who's that?
滅却、実技などを絡めた
I think 'cause it
抑
said
揚あるスピーディーな攻防などはもちろんヤクモでも健在です。
ヤクモと竜ハヤブサはそれぞれがかなり異なる個性的な遊び心地になっていますので、さまざまな戦闘バリエーションを楽しむことができるようになっています。
Classic new elements.
ヤクモ、そして竜ハヤブサの双方で飛燕、伊豆名落としなどシリーズおなじみのアクション
Sorry, what's up, brother?
So the classic routes with some new elements. And I
Oh.
sent unlimited a link because he said he wanted to come in.
Yeah, I sent it. I chatted back to him. Unlimited. If you want to come in, I sent it to you on Twitter. Let me know, man. Let me know if it's working or not. Yeah, I've been having issues with Twitter. But Hebot was able to jump in. Oh wait, I just lost Hebot. You know what it is, guys? I might have to turn down the Yeah, I did. That's not a. I mean, you know, this is one of the reasons why I don't do these shows live because, number one is you can hear the noise in the background, but number two, man, sometimes my stuff doesn't. It won't play or it'll just die. Yeah, I sent Hebot. I sent Unlimited the link, so Unlimited, look on your Twitter, brother, if you want to jump in.
No, I sent him on his messenger on his actual phone.
Oh, okay. I also sent Sega Man. Did you hear from Sega Man?
I also called him. He said he was coming in, but he sounded like half asleep. So I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, dude, it's
I'm
late.
not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I figured it just was gonna be us, because you had talked to him, and then I know Unlimited. Oh, there he is. Hey, what's up, brother?
Yo, what's up, Sega Forever? What's up, P-Bot?
Hey, man, I was listening to you guys earlier, but I couldn't watch it. But it was good listening to you.
Hey, Unlimited, what's going on?
Yeah, we had such a fun time earlier.
Oh yeah, I listened to that bad boy. I was kind of so far. I was a little bit mad. I was like, man, I can't see nothing because I was typing.
You're right.
But from the jump, man, Zink too. Man, Zink was funny as dude. Zink was
Yeah.
hilarious.
I wish he was able to stay the whole show.
Yeah, that would.
I miss my friend Hebot as well, but we did talk a little after the show, so I'm glad to hear Hebot here tonight as well.
Yeah.
But man, Ninja Gaiden's back. When that happened, I had to contain myself. You know, I was hosting the show, right? So I had to contain myself. but in my mind, because Hebot knows. I don't know if you know Sega Forever. I love Ninja Gaiden. It's my favorite hack and slash series ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when this came up, you know, I had to contain myself. But in my mind, it's like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it's back because we haven't had a new Ninja Gaiden since I think Ninja Gaiden Yabai or something like that. And that was like in 2012 or something like that. It was a long time.
It's been 10 years in the Ninja Gaiden series.
Yeah.
I think it is. It's been 10. But, you know, obviously we had the remasters.
Right. Yeah, but it's different, you know, getting a whole new and then a straight up remake of Ninja Gaiden 2. And then shout out to Hebot because Hebot for years was saying, and I used to push back again, not in a derogatory way, but in the sense that I didn't think that Microsoft was going to be like, look, we're gonna work with Platinum Games ever again. But shout out to Phil and the Microsoft Bass. They don't hold. I respect this about Microsoft. They don't hold grudges.
Right.
They're gonna do business if they think business is right. So the fact that they put the money behind this project and that they're publishing the game, because let's not forget when it was first shown, you saw that Xbox Game Studios logo, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that they had no problem. All right, bygones be bygones. Yes, Scalebound didn't work. Yeah, we threw $100 million at you guys, and it fell apart. But you know what? Screw it, right? And so we get Team Ninja and Platinum Games working on this. The gameplay is going to be unbelievable, you know. Because my beef with Platinum was never the gameplay. Because again, guys, Bayonetta is one of my favorite games ever as well. Love Bayonetta. And I'm still bitter that Nintendo Switch got Bayonetta 2 and 3 locked behind that console. It needs to be multi-plat.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. And actually, Bayonetta, you know, we'll call it those games, like they don't get embraced anymore, right? Because and guys, please forgive me. I've been in pain all day. I just can't really talk like the way I normally do, but I'm gonna try my best. So basically, all we get is the Dark Souls style or something similar to Dark Souls, or maybe something similar to like maybe Devil May Cry. That it's not as fast paced. It's still great hack and slash, but it's not as fast paced like the way that Solstice was. Beautiful game, a lot of potential. Very happy we got it. Love the game.
Same here, love it.
Right, but it's not that quick, frantic, frenetic pace that we've been missing for a long time, right? So to see this, like for me, when I saw it, I was happy, but at the same time, I had tears. Because I'm saying this is probably my last rodeo with Ninja Gaiden. Obviously, I probably won't see another one for the rest of my life. But so it means a lot, But this year is a Ninja Gaiden year because we're gonna get the 2D one from Way Forward. And then we also got that remaster from 2 that was actually really remastered, not like just touched up for 1080p like the 360 version, onto the Xbox, but an actual new one, which I believe has also new content. And it looks absolutely incredible. I was playing the first chapter. And on that Unreal Engine 5 is a testament and a statement because remember, most people have been complaining, Unreal Engine 5 is not that great. It's going to suck because of what happened with Wukong, right? That they can't get it to run 60 solid at a quick pace. But those developers are new and they're also Asian that haven't had experience in the American market with American style hardware. So if they're in their growing pains, I think they didn't intend for the game to have issues. They, based on the game's look, art style, dynamic, you can tell they put a lot of love. But gaming and to become a good developer takes years of experience. It just does. It really, I would like to see some videos because I don't even know of how this Ninja Gaiden remastered is running on the S, right? Because it's UE5, and what's the resolution? Because I know on Series X it says native 4K in 60 with
no, it's confirmed 120 frames. Because if you and I think you got a TV like I do that has the 120 hertz.
With the VR arm, very over frame.
Yeah. If you put your Xbox on it, it'll run at 120 frames. It's been confirmed already.
Oh, really?
By third-party sources, and it looks. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it looks phenomenal.
Listen, y'all know that I'm not the biggest fan of remasters and remakes, but this is done right. This game came out in 2008, so it's 15 years old.
Yeah.
Right. Came out 2000. I'm sorry, 17 years old. Came out 2008. So it's 2 generations ago on Unreal Engine. It looks brilliant. It's playing well, and it feels so good to be back to Ninja Gaiden, right? And that's why listen to you praise it. I'm in the same boat here. I thought I was a little scared that the series was dead. That the best we were going to get were the remasters we got
Me
a
too.
couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So again, Hebot, and I didn't mean to cut you off there, but yeah,
No, because you were talking first. I just wanted to add to what you were saying, and I kind of just kept going. But I'll add. Let me just say one little thing to what you just said. Ninja Gaiden 2, if you guys didn't know, right? Because I have a lot of stupid information people don't really pay attention to. It was a Sega engine that they created for Xbox Londonberg, for the Xbox One with Ninja Gaiden Black and the first one.
Right.
Part 2 was the same engine, but it was modified. And then when they did the one for PS3, they restarted and did their own engine, Team Ninja, from scratch. And that's why the game, even though it had added content, it was so lackluster. And remember, the engine barely hit 60 on PS3.
Yes. Okay, let me add to that and the reason why I'm saying this is because I remember this video like it was yesterday. You did a comparison between Ninja Gaiden 2, Ninja Gaiden 2 Sigma. All right. And I remember that video like yesterday. I know it's a super old video, like 10 years old. But I'll never forget the info you put in that video, and I was blown away because I'm like, holy cow, they could. How do you re-release a game on PlayStation 2 and it's worse than the Xbox version, right?
Yeah. And I try to point it out because I've argued that. I argued that with people for many, many years. Like, look, yes, Ninja Gaiden Sigma had nicer looking graphics aesthetically, right? As far as the cosmetically over the top, right? Like on top. But when you really looked into it, it didn't have the depth and the intricacy of the original on 360.
Yeah.
360 had all that like massive amounts of blood, the solid frame rate. It had areas where there were things like the TVs in the back were showing actual things going on when then the PS3 they were off. And areas where they had actual weather condition, which weren't on the PS3 version. So all those little elements add a lot of dynamic realism and a sense of immersion in that game and in the world. When it was taken out of 3, it just felt like a nice color of paint job on top, but they didn't buff it out with that polish to make the car look nice and shiny. You know what I mean? Yep. If that makes any sense, that's like an analogy I'm trying to give out. And people didn't believe me. That's why I did that video and a couple more, as you know, from very in the beginning day times when I started, because I always like to show proof, and I had 2 TVs running the exact same specs, contrast, brightness, tint, everything, saturation, all on both TVs at the same time at the same levels. So they wouldn't be like, well, you did one TV on a different TV. No. Same exact one. Unfortunately, I had to stop because one of them got broke on me. And the other one I gave to my daughter, so I never did them back again. But if I ever get a chance to do it again, I'll do it again because it's fun. Those are fun. And I'm glad. And it's still one of my videos that still get viewed. I still get comments from time to time now. It still gets the most views. It's one of my highest views ones. So I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you.
All right. We can run it back. Shout out to Mike Johnson's, Vontae, Pepe Le Pew, and Toolman for rocking out with us tonight. I know, guys, it's kind of impromptu.
Yeah. Plus, it's late, too.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, this was a big day for us Xbox fans.
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty huge. So I'll run the video, and then we'll continue.
目視しつつ、新アクションを織り交ぜた新しい忍者ガイデンにご期待ください。忍者ガイデンシリーズに色濃く残っている歯ごたえやグレードの高いアクション体験の継承、さらに我々プラチナゲームズの特徴であるスピーディーなアクションやダイナミックな演出も取り入れ、進化した正当続編を作り上げるべく総力を挙げて開発を進めております。
容赦ない敵とのいかなる方法にもフェアに戦える手触りをヤクモでも目指しています。皆様に進化した忍者ガイデンを触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
シリーズファンはもちろんのこと、忍者ガイデンを初めてプレイする方でも存分に楽しめる作品になっておりますので、ぜひ発売をお待ちください。
長年にわたってプラチナゲームズさんと共にまさに忍者のように潜んで忍者ガイデン4の開発を進めてきましたが、ついに発表することができて非常に嬉しく思います。 2025年秋に本作を皆様にお届けできるのを楽しみにしています。続報にもぜひご期待ください。
Oh, okay, so that's 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now,
さて、
the vibe I'm
本日
getting,
お伝えしたい発表はそれだけではありません。
the vibe I'm getting is that I think Platinum might have did the gameplay style of the new character because it feels very Metal Gear Solid Revengeance.
Mm-hmm.
It feels a lot like that, his gameplay style. And then Team Ninja took care of Ryabusa style because it's obviously classic style. I think that's what I'm getting from what I'm seeing. But I mean, it could be wrong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, either way, looks like they captured what we want perfectly. You know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cesar. I just want to say that.
こちらをご覧ください。
Oh, let me.
All right.
This is a remaster done in the same style as Gears of War Ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My path leads to
Oh.
the land of the dead.
Oh, this looks amazing.
Thus the sun sets on the Dragon Ninja bloodline.
By the way, someone did a comparison with the original and the new one, so you can see how different it looks.
All paths before
Yeah.
me are
Yeah.
cruel and arduous.
I sent it to you on the group set.
Mic drop.
忍者ガイデン2のオリジナル版は2008年に Xbox 360で発売し、バイオレンスな表現とハイスピードなバトルを皆様にお楽しみいただいた作品で
This
す。
version still
本
looks
作忍者ガイデン2ブラックではオリジナル版の表現に立ち戻り、アンリアルエンジン5を用いてグラフィックを大幅に刷新、忍者ガイデン2の完全版として開発いたしました。綺麗なグラフィックでお楽しみいただけるのはもちろん、リュウハヤブサに加え、あやね、もみじ、レイチェルもプレイブルキャラクターとして登場します。そして本作は本日、コンソール、PC、そして Xbox ゲームパスでこの後すぐに発売となります。忍者ガイデンシリーズを長年応援いただいている皆様はもちろんのこと、本日忍者ガイデンを知っていただいた皆様も忍者ガイデン4の発売前にぜひ本作をお楽しみください。今年はチーム忍者創立30周年の節目であり、本日発表させていただいた忍者ガイデン4を含め、2025年は忍者の年、イヤーオブザ忍者となります。ぜひ忍者ガイデンシリーズの展開にご注目ください。本日はありがとうございました。
See, that's what I'm talking about right there, man. I knew they dropped it because, like I said, I was listening to the podcast and it's all over. It was all over social media, so I knew they dropped it, but still.
Oh yeah. But you know why? You know why it was all over Twitter? Because the first thing people were doing, what? Is it only on Xbox? Is it only on Xbox? Even though Microsoft fully funded the game, you would think that they should have left something for us, especially that, Team Ninja did Last Ronin. Sony paid for the exclusivity, and we haven't heard a peep about them bringing it to Xbox. And then Tecmo Koei, right? They fucking also brought out the Neo series 1 and 2, right? And then Platinum Games with Bayonetta 2 and 3. All those games, you can't play them on Xbox, but you can play them, let's say, on a Nintendo or the PlayStation. So that's why I said it should be principle, but I understand why. Microsoft, if they would have not put their hands in it as far as the money, the game would have never been made. We would have not seen the remaster or the new one that's coming out because they needed big money for that. You understand? And both Nintendo and Sony can't provide that kind of money unless it's something in-house. So, you know, I'd rather get it than not get it. I don't give a fuck if others get to play it as long as we're getting it. You know what I'm saying? For in this case, right? But it still would have been nice to have a time exclusivity, in my opinion, right? I just like that they're closing that narrative that was being pulled.
Mm-hmm.
You can't run high frame rates on a fast-paced game on Unreal Engine 5. They just proved it with this remaster that you can do it.
Yep.
You know? So that's what I like about it. They can't say, oh, but it's because it's the old graphical asset. No, they're all brand new assets built from scratch on UE5. So you managed to get it done. And you're telling me that the game runs even 120, and I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, big feat, in my personal opinion, you know, that they proved today.
Oh yeah, they did their thing. You know, they did their thing, and I, you know what, Xbox right now, they're on their saviors of Xbox thing right now. So so they, you know, some of the games that they're publishing, they're putting everywhere. Others they're going to keep in house. But stuff like this is just the reason why it's going to work out for them in their favor. Hebot is that most people are going to play it through Game Pass.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And because of that, it's going to show a lot of lopsided statistics in Xbox favor that long term is going to affect PlayStation. Because eventually, because with stuff like this by the way, this is how people are treating Ninja Gaiden 2 Black today. Yo, I just downloaded on my Xbox. I'm not paying $50 yet for the game when I'm literally just playing it right now. You know, my $20 a month is already going to Game Pass, and they're taking care of me, and I'm gonna get it later. You know what I'm saying? Which is a win for us gamers and a win for Xbox. And so when it comes to that strategy, I'm starting to get it more and more. You know, part of me kind of wishes that, hey man, keep, you know, you don't need everything be third party, but with stuff like Ninja Gaiden, since it's a third party developer and they're publishing it, I could live with that because it's going to be a winner in our favor. And then every dime, and then with these deals, every dime that if PlayStation fans are going to buy it, which a lot of them aren't because they saw it on the Xbox showcase. Let's be real here on that. The ones who are going to buy it, the money's going to go to Xbox due to publishing it. You know, so you know, I'm right now, I just let Xbox, you know, I let them play out their vision. I know that there's a long-term strategy to this, and it's really clearly suffocating Sony because they got nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I was saying on my own show earlier. Look, guys, my days of arguing with PlayStation fans are done because they you know, Xbox has already won. You know what I'm saying? And since they're already winning in pretty much every facet, what can you say to me that's going to get to me? Nothing really, because
imagine you got you had a shadow drop of this today, right? I think in 2 days is the Eternal Stray. Then you got in February Avowed, and then you have in April you got fucking what was it? The next game we're going to look at, which also looks incredible. It looks awesome. Top of Midnight. Super hyped for the game. Super stylized. Brand new IP. Then we're going to have two bangers back to back in fucking May, which is what the fuck? Doom and the Expedition 33. Bro, that's the first 5 months covered. I think March is the only month. And we don't even know if anything will come out.
No. In March, Adamfall is hitting day one on Game Pass.
Well, look, Adamfall. So you got a game every month on the Welfare Pass, which right now is becoming the Atomic Bomb Pass because there's no way to keep up. Like, there's no fucking way. Even if you don't like the genre, there's a game for everyone. You know what I mean? There's no fucking way that can be denied. Right now is the Atom Bomb Pass. God damn. Then towards the end of the year, we're going to get, you know, more than likely Fable,
Mm-hmm.
Ninja Gaiden 4, maybe on Game Pass as well. I don't know if they confirmed that, though, but it might be.
Well, it said fall 2025, so that's going to be day one on Game Pass.
Maybe. Because they published it. Yeah, so it will be on Game Pass.
No,
Yeah,
no. It's 100% confirmed on Game
Right,
Pass.
right. You're right. Mhm. So look at that. So we already got Fable and that for Game Pass in September.
Mm-hmm.
And now the ramblings is that Gears 5 might come out this year, or E-Day might come out this year too. Because they've been working on it for 6 years or 5 years.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So imagine. We'll know for sure after E3, obviously, but that's a lot of heavy hitters, bro.
How many developer directs do they do in a year? Do you guys remember?
No, they only do one. They do one a year every January. But what they also do is that partnership. They do like 3 of those.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. They do like 3 of those partnership showcases.
Bro, they could do one like every quarter.
Yeah,
they could do 4 in 1 year of developer directs. I really like these.
They might do that this year. Because remember, they did a lot last year, and I know for sure they did like at least like 3 of them last year.
You know what's funny? Unlimited, man. I just did a quick search while I set everything up and I was waiting for Hebot. And thank you for joining, bro. I didn't know. I know you did one earlier. I know it's late.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming in. But I did a quick search, bro. And it's like all these dudes, even people that hate Xbox, have to do the show, right? Because it's the only show that's out there.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
MVP, as soon as you finish starting, I think I'm gonna have to subscribe to Game Pass. That's just gonna happen with more and more people because it's the inevitable.
You know what kills me about all of them? They were Xbox dude who jumped ship because of Sony's quote unquote games.
Then
they jump ship. Then they jump ship. Sony has nothing.
You know what's crazy? Because I think it was just yesterday when Ted Price announced that he's retiring.
Yep.
Insomniac came out and said that now they don't want to give any dates or information. They're not sure if they'll release Wolverine this year.
Listen, I don't care.
And that ends up happening. That's rough. Because that means you only have Ghost of Yotei probably for this year.
He bought. I don't care what anyone says. Wolverine was never coming out this year. All right, all that.
Right. I know. But I'm just saying.
All that does is give him an excuse. Well,
right. A legitimate excuse. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that game was Sony. Literally got nothing. And then they can't hype up Death Stranding 2 because we know that's a time exclusive, and they hate games. See, Sony fans, they put themselves in the trap, right? Because for years they try to use everything against us, but what they didn't see was that Sony was a sinking ship, and so now they can't use the PC argument, they can't use the time exclusive argument, they can't use none of that against because all that does is make them look like a hypocrite now. If all of a sudden they're changing tune, when we've been telling them for years, no, guys, it's not a big deal. We still got it great over here. You know what I'm saying? We've been getting games years and years. Listen, Hebot, people like me and Hebot and Sega Forever, we've been telling you guys about games like the Gunk, right? And Ravenlock, along with the heavy hitters. Y'all didn't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? And now that Sony has no games, they're putting their games on PC. I guarantee some will be coming to Xbox eventually. You know what I'm saying? You can't say nothing anymore. And so
we said that those were smaller games. Those were like fillers.
Yeah.
So they're able to do more consistent, bigger games.
Yep.
And that's what we said all along.
Yeah, and we're going to get to South of Midnight today, but it's a $40 game. And you know what that tells me? Yo, that's going to be a great 15, 20-hour game. You could play it. It's not going to be overly long. You know what I'm saying? For those who don't have time or those who may not like the longer games like I do, you're going to get your money's worth. It's affordable. It's not going to break the bank if you want to buy it to own it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they're trying to appeal because it's a new IP, so they know most people are hesitant and reluctant to buy a new IP.
Yeah,
especially if it hasn't proven itself. So they're like, okay, so if we price it. Because they did it with ReCore, if you remember.
Oh, that's
and
right.
I believe they did it with Sunset Overdrive too. I'm not sure.
Sunset, no, not Sunset Overdrive. Hi-Fi Rush and State of Decay 2. Those are all
and guns and the gun, right?
And the
Mhm.
gun, yeah, and
So
Razor
they
Lock.
do it with those games, so they know it'll give it a better chance of selling, and people look at it, even though it's on Game Pass, right? It doesn't really matter, because this, for example, like the new Ninja Gaiden remaster, it's on Game Pass, but it doesn't mean it's going to stay there.
Right.
So you still can buy it and be justified, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I think that if you support it and it's supported well, hopefully, right, they'll probably do the last one, which was 3, and remaster it as well.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see Ninja Gaiden 3. They're most likely gonna do a remake of Razor's Edge.
Razor's Edge, yeah.
Because
Mhm.
I think the original Ninja Gaiden 3 didn't really hit the landing spot like Razor's Edge did for a lot of people.
And it's a great game.
Remake. Oh yeah,
It's a
listen, I
great
love
game.
every Ninja Gaiden game, you know. But
It was different than the other two, but it was still really good. Because
man,
one, it was more cinematic, right?
Yep.
Which made it more the story more intriguing, right? And also because they dumbed down a little bit the gameplay, so it made it a little bit player friendly, even though it was bothering me as a hardcore. But I understood that by them doing that, now you have a bunch of brand new players that are casuals that will actually try it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people didn't try the first two because they were like, "Oh no, that shit retarded hard. I broke my disc. Fuck, I broke a controller." You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, for me, it made sense that they did, and I thought it was a good choice. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Razor's Edge anyway brought the difficulty. You just were able to choose it, and all the weapons. If you remember, the first one only had the sword.
Yeah.
Well, what they did with Razor's Edge is they added all the weapons back, and that changed the dynamic completely.
Yeah, and it was a welcome change because that's one of the things. That's one of the things I love about hacking. That's why I love Solstice, because you know, Solstice, you want to unlock different weapons, and you can, like mix and match your weapons and stuff like that. And same thing with Ninja Gaiden. That, you know, having different variety of weapon types really adds a lot to the gameplay in those type of games. So so that's why I think Razor's Edge will get the. I guess they'll call it Ninja Gaiden 3 Black, though. Don't call it Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge.
Oh, they'll probably call it the Razor's Edge Black Edition, maybe.
Yeah, that's a mouthful, though. Right? Yeah. So some of these games need to simplify their titles, man, because they're like, yo, this does not roll off the tongue, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's
R.E. Black.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, the fact that Ninja Gaiden is back, published by Xbox, I couldn't be happier about that. I really couldn't. You know what I'm saying? And especially, you know, with my limited time these days, it's just nice that some of my favorites that I never thought I'd see again, at least a sequel, Ninja Gaiden 4. You know, it's like, you know, for me personally, I'm at this point just in life in general, right, where I'm a lot more mellowed out. So I'm just in the phase of I just want to enjoy my games, right? That's how I be playing games lately. It's just listen, if I'm having a good time, I am good, and nothing says having a good time more than Ninja Gaiden. So yo, this is why I push back against people who keep trying to tell everybody gaming sucks. Yeah, if you only play Madden, 2K, you've been playing GTA 5 for 13 years, yeah, then gaming sucks. But we got such a large variety of games, and then the benefit of being friends with he does a lot of these showcases on his channel, and I'd be finding these games, and I'd be like, yo, thanks for having another game to put on my list, Ebot. You know what I'm saying? And so I got this combination of
I do it with kindness. But then it comes off like, God damn it, Hebot, you making it worse.
Yeah.
Dude, I got a bunch that I got to do now. Like Quiet Place, Mickey Mouse, Rebrush, a couple of other indie ones that came out of nowhere. I was like, oh shit, that I'm pretty sure you probably haven't heard of yet.
Yeah.
So I got a couple more. I got at least 10 more coming. Don't worry, I'll keep it coming.
All right, I'm gonna continue with the.
Yes, brother, yes.
Oh, here we go. It's the game I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Sports 122. Yeah, but them doing
Hi, and welcome to Compulsion Games
it.
here in Montreal, Canada. At our studio, we care about world building, and we treat the setting almost like a character of its own. From the magical noir of contrast to the alternate history of We Happy Few, we draw inspiration from the landscape to shape mood, drama, and intrigue. For South of
Artistically,
Midnight,
this
our
game looks
third-person
incredible.
action-adventure game, the story and characters bring a folkloric Deep South to life. This gave us a chance to explore Southern Gothic themes with a dark fantasy twist. So while our protagonist Hazel is at the forefront of our story, it's the macabre elements and larger-than-life creatures that will leave a mark on her journey and growth.
It is really picking up out there. Did you pack everything?
Mama, this ain't my first hurricane. I know what to do.
As long as you didn't forget the
Flashlights and batteries.
We got 5 minutes. Let's go.
Won't be rushed if you didn't.
Don't mumble. Speak on it.
I said we wouldn't be rushed if you didn't waste all that time at the shelter.
Now, you want to bring this up right now.
I'm just saying.
Hazel, please.
We might need some help. I might need some help. While you're out helping everybody else.
Hazel!
Hazel may start her journey as a typical 19-year-old, but disastrous events will push her into a darkly magical world where she'll learn who she really is and how to tap into weaving, an ancient magical power that redefines her
That's the girl who plays her, right?
Yeah.
The land itself.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure.
Someone who can see beyond the surface and tap into a deeper reality, the grand tapestry. Weavers can see the fabric binding our world, connecting people, nature, and echoes of the past.
Keep those hands to yourself.
Hazel can perceive both the mystical strands and stigmas in the world. Through her newfound power, she reweaves these stigmas and mends the afflicted creatures she encounters. As Hazel discovers her power, the world gradually shifts into the surreal, revealing that creatures from the old folktales actually exist.
You up here, my salvation.
Among them is
This
good old
preview showed
Catfish,
all the
the
bosses.
storyteller
Man,
who
they all
becomes
look
both
so
the guide
creative.
and companion to Hazel across the game.
It ain't every day I hear about a new weaver such as yourself. Would you kindly do your weaver thing and help me down?
Meeting Catfish marks the true beginning of Hazel's journey. All of Hazel's arsenal and powers are designed around textile crafting and traditional spinning wheels. Her weapons include a spindle, 2 weaving hooks, and a distaff. Her magic abilities manifest with supernatural lace-like patterns, blending the traditional craft with mystical elements. Hazel engages with the world through a variety of movement abilities. Those abilities also help Hazel progress on her journey.
As her journey unfolds, Hazel will master new weaving abilities, using them to traverse the world, conjure objects, and confront adversaries.
Combat is about understanding and adapting to different enemy archetypes known as Haints, the manifestations of corruption Hazel encounters.
These Haints trap Hazel in combat until she unravels them, destroying them in the process.
Each Haint has its own unique moveset, strengths, and weaknesses that you'll need to learn and adapt to. For example, the slug burrows on the ground and unleashes devastating strikes from afar, while the Ravager closes the distance with chilling speed. Hazel can counter these threats with agile melee abilities to execute powerful combos, jump attacks, and charge attacks. But close combat is risky and can backfire because Aints have powerful defensive abilities. Mastering your magical skills becomes the key to gaining the upper hand in combat. Push, pull, and weave are some of the spells at your disposal that give you a tactical advantage during a fight. Timing is everything. Pull distant enemies close to start melee combos, push them back to interrupt and stun their attack. Then press the advantage with follow-up strikes. Spells interact uniquely with each enemy type, creating dynamic combat scenarios. especially when facing multiple types of opponents at the same time. Once near death, enemies can be unraveled, breaking their core and setting them free of their corruption, which has the added benefit of providing health boosts and reducing ability cooldowns. If you play your combos right, you can enhance Hazel's combat readiness and keep on chaining her abilities. As Hazel progresses in the game, she unlocks new moves and improved abilities, and you'll have to decide which areas to prioritize. The upgrades will change how you approach combat, like enhancing area effect attacks, or refining push and pull skills to improve precision and make them feel more rewarding. The combat system is fast and responsive, built around chaining attacks, landing precise strikes, and unraveling enemies.
Fast and responsive mean it has good gameplay, not like that soul shit, which is you push the attack button and it feels like it
Hazel
takes
search
5
for her
seconds for
mother,
it to
you'll
register.
explore multiple regions, each ruled by a mythical creature with their own Southern Gothic history. You'll gradually uncover the backstories of these beings, once human or animal, who were transformed by tragedy, their secrets waiting to be discovered.
I can't wait for that
As a
alligator
weaver,
boss
Hazel
fight.
heals these creatures by collecting fragments of haunted memories. We call these echoes, which reveal each creature's past. Hazel must experience these echoes before she can mend them.
What kind of person would do that to someone?
We design each region to reflect the creature that's been doomed to wander it. From the atmospheric environment to unique music themes composed for each one. While not all encounters lead to direct combat, Hazel will need to face mythical creatures in epic confrontation before she can heal them. Our boss encounters and gameplay sequences also reflects the uniqueness of each creature, with distinct mechanics that center around a specific thematic. These encounters feature multiple phases that ramp up in complexity. As the encounters progress, the musical theme builds up, cranking the tension alongside the fight. Whether it's Two-Toed Tom or hugging Molly, each of these larger-than-life creatures is inspired by Southern folklore and lead to climactic battles.
We got a long journey ahead.
South of Midnight unfolds as a hero's journey, and as Hazel, you'll travel through a tapestry of Southern-inspired landscapes. From abysmal swamps to flooded farmlands to the Appalachian Peaks. In our magical South, decaying buildings reclaimed by nature stand moments away from a hungry Rugal. And as Hazel delves deeper, reality bends ever more toward the fantastical.
The houses do
history,
legitimately
landscape,
look
and
like old
folklore of the
Southern
American
houses
Deep
down
South
here.
fill our world, and our
Yeah,
team
they
has
definitely got
infused
to
the
look at
game with thoughtful details and environmental storytelling, like our bottle trees and hate blue porches, which are said to ward off evil spirits. The weight of the past emerges as central themes, which you can see through old abandoned buildings and businesses struggling to survive. As you explore, you'll meet locals who stayed behind even in the face of a hurricane.
So I'm the last person left here. All those damn haints. This part of the river's filthy with them.
Artistically, we're staying true to our moody compulsion signature style.
Yeah.
But this time, we're using a handcrafted approach inspired by stop-motion animation, which allows our team to bring a distinct personality and tone into every prop and character. Because this folklore is open to visual interpretation, we embrace the freedom to reimagine these creatures and their stories, to adapt how they look, and to craft our own version of a fantastical Deep South.
At Compulsion Games, we love to craft around central themes. We're lucky to have talent across all our disciplines that collaborate to give South of Midnight such a unique personality. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into South of Midnight. We're thrilled to announce that the game will launch on April 8th, and pre-orders are now available
Around the
on
corner.
Xbox and Steam.
Yeah, so just real quick, man. This is the game that I was looking forward to the most. I always love world building, any type of game of world building. The whole fact that they're gonna do the South, just really, you guys know, man. I grew up in Florida, so there's a lot of they have their own folklore there. It's like just like living in Hawaii, dude. You have your own local type of folklore.
Right.
So when I saw the first time I saw what they were
whatever
trying,
you see in the crowd.
I was pretty impressed by it. Like just from the, because it seems like they had it. You can tell they did their research. So Compulsion Games, like I told you guys this before. My daughter played We Happy Few, and that game's pretty awesome. And the thing with We Happy Few is with Compulsion Game, it was more than just the game. It was the world, it was the characters, it was the music, it was all of that. So
you played Contrast. Remember Contrast, their first game?
Yeah, my daughter played Contrast, and it feels like that's their first game, but you can kind of see what they were going for. And then
but the authenticity was there in that game. You know what I mean? Of what that Renaissance was, that era, and the fact that everything that you did with the platforming was based off of shadows.
Yeah,
it was an awesome game. I really liked it. It was just short, but it was really awesome.
But you can tell that, man, with Microsoft picking them up, dude, that was a good pickup. Good for Microsoft, good for them. Because with Microsoft and the money and the resources and stuff like that, they can expand. So for me personally, dude, that's why I always say this is the game I'm looking forward to the most. Even though I'm a huge Fable fan, like if Fable drops this year, of course I'm gonna be happy. That's what I'm looking for, because I think this is one of those games that Microsoft can do a lot of stuff with, right? They've allowed these people to create the game that they wanted to create. I could see them even monetizing stuff on it. I don't mean that in a bad way, right? Like this could be the one of not just many sequels, but they could actually do in-game stuff with this. And we'll wait and see, because I got to see the world. But I'm looking forward to the music. I love the atmosphere.
Well, this game would fit itself perfectly for either a live-action animation or a movie. Because
Dude, I could 100% seeing this getting some type of Netflix animated series or something.
Or
like a 10 episode miniseries or something.
And I think it would work. It would work.
Figures, they could be doing collectibles, all kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome, dude. I mean, that's just my 2 cents, because again, this is the game I'm looking forward to playing the most, and we got a lot of great games this year, but this is the top one for me. I'm glad it's coming in April.
Well, this game feels exactly what they were trying to do with the Gunk and with Recore. You see what I mean? It's 3 games. All the main characters are all girls in every single game, and they felt different and they felt acute, right, to that sense of world that they're in. So I think that if there was a way to they were able to, like, I don't know, like do sequels for the other ones as well, that would work in their favor, because those games now are more well received or talked about after the fact, But look at the difference from contrast to this. In just their 3rd game, the leap is really big and massive, which shows you they have talent and they have range, because they did a 2D side scroller, they did a first-person shooter kind of BioShock-esque, and now they're doing a hack and slash action adventure.
Yeah. Tackling 3 different genres and 3 different games. That's how you build a portfolio, right there.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it shows that they got range, which is fantastic.
Just to back up Sega Forever, I'm with you there, man. The game looks phenomenal. I adore the art style. I really do. I love that kind of almost stop motion like that movie Paranorman type animation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I adore
James and the Giant Peach.
Yeah, James and the Giant Peach.
Like fucking A Nightmare Before Christmas. Absolutely. Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, that almost stop motion like animation style. And don't worry, guys. For those who think it looks janky, they confirmed the game's going to run at 60 frames per second. For those of you who, because you know how people are, they see the art style and they think the game's going to run. No, they confirmed the gameplay is going to be nice and smooth. So y'all could, y'all whatever bitching y'all are gonna, whatever narrative you're gonna pull, you could put that aside. You could throw it in the trash. Everything that your fake concerns, basically, they got you covered, right? Whatever. But for me, to me, at the end of the day, if the gameplay ain't right, and this just for me, everything else is going to fall apart. The gameplay looks excellent, And because it looks so fun to play, I can't wait to play these boss battles. They just look so creative and fun.
The crocodile thing looks crazy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yo, that one looks like it's going to be a hell of a boss fight. All of them look like they're going to be nice and fun, different, creative. Look, and once a game nails the gameplay and has the lore and has the creative art style and have an interesting story, that's how you get the real memorable stuff that really sticks with people.
So, Unlimited, are you a little bit more hyped for State of Decay 3?
Oh yeah. Oh hell, dude. Listen, no, I can't wait till they show more because the last that we saw was at the in June showcase they did last year, right?
Remember, State of Decay 3 is going to be AAA now. It's not just going to be a smaller game.
Yeah, because they got full Microsoft backing. Matter of fact, they had a whole new studio. Period. Microsoft, and they hired like 3 times more people. So I can't wait because now. If any of these games are showing anything on social media, I'm currently still not really on social media like that, so I'm super behind the little stuff like that. But I'll read the articles that pop up, right?
Yeah, and don't go on social media, bro.
Yeah.
You won't like it.
Social just ruin everything for you.
Yeah.
Knucklehead.
Yeah. I'm so at peace right now being off social media that I just don't got the urge to go back. So for me, everything's cool. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, South America in particular, since that's what we just looked at, it looks like just another game from Xbox. Well, what more can I say?
Yeah.
Also, it's the authenticity that really is the most intriguing for me, because you can tell that they went to the locations to try to get that New Orleans swamp style feel, right?
Yes.
They also hired actual musicians that do the New Orleans style music, that's very jazzy, with kind of like that banjo involved type of, instrument, and then, the dynamic of her, that she's going to have a relationship with her mother. The stop motion cutscenes look fantastic. You can tell it was very inspired by everything that came before it, with their own flavor. It looks like the gameplay is going to be really, really tight, on top of having really creative character designs. Because if you notice, have really creative character design. That's why I said it lends itself very well to an animation, or even doing a live action movie if it was done right, with that type of characters and and prosthetics and makeup. It would be probably really different and nice, like unique thing to see on screen. You know what I mean?
Right.
Kind of like a Pan's Labyrinth when you first saw it for the first time, or the way you saw Never-Ending Story for the first time. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. It would have that type of look or impact, I think. If done right, obviously. Look at Dreamcast guy. He did a review. I love Ninja Gaiden Black 2, my honest review, and he did a 10-minute review.
How did he do a review? The game just dropped like 2 hours ago. how the hell did he review the game and it just dropped like 10 hours ago? Come on, man.
Everybody's an Xbox fan. Once they see something they like, right?
He played that game for 30 minutes and called it a review.
Even if he played the first 3 chapters, the first 3 chapters are pretty long. The first one was long. I was like, damn. It has 17 chapters altogether, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think it's 17. But remember, the last spoiler alert, whoever hasn't played it, I'm sorry. But when you get to the last and the end of the game, remember, it's raining blood in the area where you're in. I don't say what the area is, but it's raining blood. So I can't wait to see how that translated over in the new UE Engine 5. Oh my God. So far, it looks great. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Unlimited. That was my thought on Stop at Midnight, though. I just wanted to say that. I'm hyped. And $40, I'll definitely buy it just to own it.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's on Game Pass. I don't give a fuck. I hope they do a physical. That'd be nice.
Honestly, I pretty much buy all the Xbox first party stuff. even though it's on
Yeah.
Game Pass regardless. You know, I own Pentiment, Hi-Fi Rush, not Hi-Fi Rush, High on Life, Grounded physically.
Mhm.
They released those. So yeah, so I'd be buying everything. Yeah, but yeah, man, I do got beef with them and not releasing. You know what annoyed me real quick, not to be off topic too much, but when they first released Avowed, when they first put Avowed on sale, they said, "Hey, here's the physical copy," and it's not a physical copy; it's just a steelbook with a code. I'm like, Xbox, man, you're killing me. You're killing me here,
You
man.
fuck faces, yeah. Why would you do that?
Yeah, that's not physical, man. That's just a steelbook with a code. But on the site, they literally said, "Here's the physical version."
I know why they're doing it. Like I said to you guys before, it's because when you buy digital, all the profits go basically to the developer, 70%, and they get a 30% cut. But even though first party for them, the developer would get a bigger chunk of the pie, I guess. That's probably how they break it down.
Yeah.
But all in all, still, bro, like don't blame the media like that, because other people still love collecting it physical. I don't want to rely only on having an internet connection or having cable internet in order for me to be able to play the game or access them.
Yeah.
Like if I have to erase it or I have to re-download it and shit, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, I just like the comfort of. I like the first of all, I'm pro ownership. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. I'm one of those people. I believe strictly in consumer rights. You know what I'm saying? I 100% believe if you buy something, you own it. It shouldn't be taken away from you and all that stuff. And so in the digital world, I want ownership to be like okay, even if I do listen, if you're going to sell me the digital only, then I need some form of guarantee that I could do pretty much anything with my digital copy of the game, right? So there's that. And just the optics of it, man. I know I'm a dinosaur when I say stuff like this. I just don't want to embrace full digital. If DVDs and Blu-rays and all that could still be sold, Microsoft, you're not. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft is not a small indie company. You know what I'm saying? Where I don't mind that because look, you took years to develop a game, and this you're gonna get you need as much profit when you're a small independent company, but Microsoft ain't that, dude. Just release the fucking disc, Microsoft. You know what I'm saying? Just make people like me and Hebot happy. I don't care if only 10% of us still buy.
Yeah, I mean, they could, like I said before, if they did the made as you pre-order model, I think it would be perfect.
Yeah.
Because that means they'll only make the amount of pre-orders of people that actually pre-ordered it and make a few in case of defective ones, but you don't have to worry about having an oversaturated amount of physical discs lingering in a store or in other places where you can't get rid of them. That's why the made to pre-order system, I think, is the best way to go about it going into the future for physical media.
Yeah, or just make it made to order in general. And the reason I say in general is because I don't like how Limited Run does it, because they do the made to print, but they don't. But once it's out of print, you know what I'm saying? If you want to buy it, you got to get it expensive on the secondary market. That's
right
to me, And so Xbox, again, listen. As a matter of fact, do it the way you do your controllers. Because I recently bought the Call of Duty Designs Lab controller, right? And you buy it, it's made to order, it gets here in however long it takes. I can even live with that.
Right, I got you.
If it reminds you, I get the disc version,
All right, we'll roll on.
Rolling.
Fanfall Interactive.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is a Clair Obscura, right?
Yep.
This is the Expedition 33.
Man, I already love the soundtrack.
Bonjour, everyone. We are Sunfall Interactive, and welcome to our manor. We are a small studio based in Montpellier, France, working on our first game, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's a turn-based RPG set in a fantasy version of late 19th century Belle Epoque France.
Here we are.
Our grand adventure in game development actually
Looks
started
so
as a
nice,
solo
too.
passion project. I wanted to create something like the JRPGs with turn-based combat I grew up with and loved, but that fully leveraged the latest tech, refreshed the genre with new features, and took place in a compelling world. I knew I needed help to realize my dream. First, I turned to a programmer I knew would get it.
Guillaume and I started trading ideas right away, and that quickly turned into trading files back and forth. Soon, I was creating the first prototypes of the reactive turn-based system, combining real-time offense and defense element and a cinematic battle camera system. Things really clicked when we tested the first version of those features. We felt we had something both challenging and fun.
As Tom and I went back and forth and iterated on game elements, a vision started to come together, and I shared it with an old friend from university.
Guillaume and I are both passionate gamers, and when he described the project, I quit my job the following week and joined the team without hesitation. Because I believe that in video games, success always starts with a strong creative vision. And we had that, defined by 3 core elements. A story with great emotional depth, gameplay that innovates on the classics we love, and a world that is completely original, beautiful, and immersive. We founded Sunfun Interactive on these tenets: a group of friends with a shared vision and the drive to make something great.
This too is your legacy. Core to every great RPG is a compelling story. And Guillaume and I spent 4 years intensively developing and refining ours. And that started with the hook. 67 years ago, a massive slumbering paintress and a monolith appeared with no warning. Once a year, the paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith, and everyone who has passed that age is erased. Every year, that number ticks down, and everyone dies younger and younger. Expeditions depart to kill the paintress, determined to fight until their final breath, but none have ever returned. Our story follows Expedition 33.
Expeditioners, we honor your dedication.
Guillaume and I knew early on that we didn't want to focus on good versus evil. What's interesting to us are people who, yes, are flawed, but who care deeply about each other. And conflicts arise because they have different perspectives on what needs to be done.
I'm sorry about earlier.
We wanted our story to feel dark and mature, with adult characters who feel like real people with real experiences.
I'm always missing something that everyone else just gets.
The heart of the story is about overcoming an existential threat while struggling with loss and grief. And it's rooted in the characters' relationships, both to each other and to themselves.
What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do?
In a world like this, how does one stay hopeful or make peace with their fate? What duty do we owe to each other or to ourselves? These questions are deeply personal to me, and they permeate the story behind the story.
Know that Lumiere fights with you. Tomorrow comes Expedition 33.
The characters all have their own motivations and perspectives. Gustave and Lune are deeply invested in the expedition, even if they fight all the time. To them, the mission is tied not only to their family, it's central to their identity and purpose.
Protocol doesn't cover every contingency. You know that.
Contrast that with Ciel, whose darkest days have already happened.
What are the stars whispering to you? Actually, I'm the one whispering to them. It's something my dad and I used to do.
And Maëlle, who cares more about really living her life, not just living longer.
Gustave, are you real?
It's not all dark, though. Along the way, they meet various colorful NPCs and recruit Monoko, who is a friendly but kinda bloodthirsty philosopher and a fully playable character. He has a really cool battle mechanic where he can turn into the enemies he defeats.
What are you doing?
Just need the foot. Aha!
He's very, very old and has seen many expeditions come and go. He is a Jestrel, which are a group of playful beings who view battle as a form of meditation. They're fun and sort of ridiculous. You'll meet Monoko and many other Jestrels across the game. Bonjour. And of course, there is Estier, who is one of the oldest and lore-wise the most powerful creatures in the verse.
Eske is that powerful?
He will be your mount and help you travel to secret corners of the world. And if you bring him back his special stones, you can unlock abilities for him to access new areas of the world and find exciting secrets.
I'm strong, but I'm not that strong.
Everyone has their own reason for joining the expedition, and each of them has their own story arc and resolution that we think players will really connect with.
In addition to a strong narrative, we had a clear vision for our own take on the genre's core gameplay. Our reactive turn-based system takes the traditional turn-based battle mechanic we love and adds real-time reaction, which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism. During enemy turns, you can negate all damage by dodging or parrying at the right time. But balancing turn-based with real-time mechanics took a long time to get right. During initial playtests, turn-based players often found the real-time elements too hard. Some of us are still traumatized by enemies from back then. We've done a lot of rebalancing since, and with a lot of iteration, we ultimately came up with a formula that we're proud of. Players who are good at real-time can take more risks, and others can counterbalance with items and strategies. A big part of that formula lies in the many ways you can customize your character. We spend a lot of time designing each character's unique mechanics and their custom skill trees. Our philosophy is making every type of playstyle viable so that everyone can have fun with how they play the game. Each character has a unique mechanic. Mail switches between stances, which can ultimately boost defense or power. I personally like to make Mail the protector of the group, but I'm pretty much the only one at the studio who plays her that way. Most people play her as a glass cannon with Gustav's complementary skills. The characters can also equip hundreds of passive effects, which in our game are called Lumina. Every character has more than 20 unique skills in their skill tree and hundreds of passive effects they can gain through Lumina and weapons. So there are a ton of builds and playstyle to explore. Needless to say, we can't wait to see how you choose to play and what kinds of build you'll design that we probably never even imagined.
Our story is set in the French fantasy world, and I was really excited to design something unique. Every level has its own color and texture identity. For example, the Gestrel Village is an early area in the game where players can enjoy a fun break. We wanted something that feels chaotic, grungy, and toy-like. It's basically a bazaar. Everything's disorganized, chaos everywhere, huts are unsafe, built without much thought. It's a place where anyone could fight you at any point, which is pretty much what the Gestrels are like. The Gestrel Village is hidden inside the ancient sanctuary. The ideas here were forest, labyrinth, and sentinels. I designed it as a vibrant place, like an old graveyard of Gestrels, or forgotten wooden toys in a box, with two main colors, red and white. I wanted to make it feel cozy, hidden from danger, with traps and labyrinths in case enemies get in. Same process with the characters. Minoko came in a single concept.
Fraga's game is turn-based, is killing me right now.
White fur with a black and red flat mask.
Ladies.
What happened?
I said the fact that this game is turn-based is killing me right now.
I mean, it looks like it's turn-based, but they got some action elements to it.
Yeah, it's got like quick time event. That's what I'm noticing. But I'm saying because look how good it looks.
Yeah.
Like turn-based games don't look like this. You go look at Atlas games, for example, they all still look like Sega Saturn graphics, PS2 graphics, just with the 4K resolution and clarity and shit. But they don't look like this. You know what I mean?
I can tell you this much, man. France has just been killing it, dude. Their art style, it's kind of like classical. They went back with a touch of modern. I don't know what they're doing. I know that they're influenced a lot by some Asian pop culture stuff, man. But their style, man,
it's so beautiful looking and elegant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm all for it, dude. I'm a full-on supporter of Nacon and the games that they have there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to see, man. That's one of the things I like about the European market, man. It's like they're kind of experiencing this renaissance with their content, which I do enjoy. So yeah, but this game looks amazing, and the story sounds. It's one of those games. I remember when it hit last year in the trailers. I forgot what event it was, and it showed it that it drew people's attention. I think it was actually Xbox's Summer Game Fest, when the trailer came out, and it had a great buzz around it. Like people were really interested. I can see why a lot of people said this is probably one of the best developer directs that Microsoft's ever done, that Xbox has ever had.
Honestly, they say that after every developer direct now.
Yeah, I know, but it feels like these games, like especially like, and I'll just use South at Midnight. It shows the progression. That's why I mentioned to you about State of Decay 3.
Right.
Midnight, I'm thinking State of Decay 3, like, because Microsoft allows them to have the time and the resources. The State of Decay 3, because I love 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But when 3 hits, man, I just got this feeling, dude, it's going to be next level.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like.
What won me over on 3 is when they said that they could finally make it the game they want without restraints. Because the first one was an Xbox Live Arcade game.
Yeah.
The second one was a phenomenal game. It was a $40 game though. So but to its credit, it still gets updates now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so now that 3 is like no barriers, no financial restrictions.
Right.
Microsoft let them make the game they wanted. State of Decay 3, I think is going to be absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is them putting their best foot forward. Like sometimes when you used to watch the Grammys or the Golden Globes stuff, some years are definitely better than others.
Right.
But that's what it feels like. I mean, that's why I'm just enamored by what they're showing us. It seems so polished.
Yeah.
And I don't know anything really about these guys that made this game, to be honest with you.
I think they said it's their first game, so
it is their first game, right? They seem pretty.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll hit the play.
Good eye. Ow!
Definitely a Destro.
For Escape, we needed a cuddly companion to take us around the world. I thought instantly of a giant inflatable balloon and old Victorian pillows with many intricate motifs. We start with the core themes and ideas, and the visuals grow organically from there.
From the very start of the project, there was one thing that we absolutely wanted to bring back from older JRPGs. A feature we really loved, but is very rare these days. A completely 3D and navigable world map. Yes, we've got a world map. And it was a real challenge to create, both artistically and technically. And it ended up a lot bigger than we expected. You'll definitely need SK's help traveling around.
Photorealistic in some sense.
We're super happy with the result, though, as there's a lot of side paths and entire hidden levels. If you want to fight the toughest bosses of the game, you will have to explore. Good luck.
We've poured our hearts and souls into this game for the past 4 years. That's why we're delighted to announce that Expedition 33 launches on April 24th on Xbox Series X and S and is available day one with Xbox Game Pass. You can already wishlist the game and follow us for more info.
We are super excited to invite you into the world of Expedition 33. We are a small, passionate team. It's our debut game, and we can't wait for you to discover our story, our world, and our take on the turn-based genre. On behalf of everyone at Sunfall, thank you for joining us. Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
That's pretty awesome, dude.
Yeah. And that game's a $60 game, by the way.
Game Pass too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Game Pass will help it. The hard part is that it comes out the same month as I think Doom.
South of Midnight comes out. Matter of fact, comes out like 2 weeks after South of Midnight.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, my biggest problem is how good it looks.
Hello, and welcome to Dallas, Texas, home of id Software, where more than 30 years ago, a small team of game developers helped define and set a course for first-person shooters. A lot has changed since then, but our team is as passionate as ever. And the most important values at the core of our games, innovation, craftsmanship, and performance, remain a priority for us to this day.
And as you're about to see, those values are infused in every aspect of this latest installment in the legendary Doom franchise. It is an honor to work on this game, to carry on id's tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
So now, we're excited to share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet. This is Doom: The Dark Ages.
That was so stupid, I mouthed the words. In Doom: The Dark Ages, you will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell. Set in a cinematic sci-fi fantasy world full of locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock,
Hey, yo, Sega
and
forever.
enemies to conquer.
Yo, what's up, brother?
Yeah, hey man, I'm about to call tonight. I gotta be up in the morning.
I don't know. I feel you, bro. I'm starting to feel it too. Because I got to work tomorrow too. Yeah, no worries, man. Thanks for stopping in, bro. Great show today.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's been a great hanging out with you guys as well. Because you know, I've been so busy. I haven't been joining much of your shows lately.
Oh, no worries, man.
Yeah,
My show's been all over the place too. So
yeah, man. You do gaming, pop culture, now politics. I'm like, damn, you all encompassing.
all of the above.
yeah. But you guys have a good night, man. And I'll talk to you guys later.
Have a good night. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Equal to Doom 2016. And that's given us the opportunity to reimagine every aspect of this
I like
experience.
the tongue
So
and
if you're new to the franchise,
tongue
then Doom: The Dark Ages will be the
attitude that
entry
they
point
have.
into the series.
Oh,
And if
yeah.
you're a longtime fan, then
You know,
you'll be
the
proud to
developers.
see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really a return to form. So let's break it down, starting with the combat. In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom: The Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank. Heavy, strong, but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal. And a balance between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again, just like in the classic Doom games. But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom: The Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw. Block. Throw. Parry. Deflect. All from one input. It's contextual, tons of depth on a single button press. You know,
I feel like they're going in like this is going to be probably the last Doom in a while. They're going to be doing the right thing.
In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot.
Yeah.
And in Doom: The Dark Ages, you're going to stand and fight.
I hope I can play this.
What was that?
I hope I can play it.
Yeah. I didn't play Doom. Doom Eternal.
Baddest demons we've ever created it in.
I normally get
But
nauseous.
that's not all. Because if you're going to stand and fight, then you got to have something to follow up that opening parry with. How about an iron
It just
flail?
looks slow enough that I think I might be able
Or
to play
maybe
it.
an electrified
Because I bought
gauntlet.
both guns. I can play both guns.
Or even a Doom spiked mace.
What was that?
That's right. We have 3 melee options.
I can play bolt gun. The one they released, that old school throwback game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fun. But Eternal, or the other one, what is it? Eternal, right? I can't play that game, dude. I tried playing it, dude. I get all nauseous. So,
Oh, I see.
but this one looks a little bit slower, so hopefully I can hang with it. It looks pretty cool.
Well, it looks like it's more on the ground, melee with shooting.
Yeah, like he was saying, it's more heavy, the speed, so you have more options. So I think they have to slow it down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Fast for me, dude. I couldn't hang. at all.
They're part of a melee system, all on one input, complete with combos and upgrades, and it's totally awesome. And you can finish off the demons now with an all-new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system. From any angle, in and out, as you see fit, and it feels amazing. You'll feel unstoppable, smashing your way through the horde with total freedom. And that seems like a ton, but that's just 2 inputs. We got one more really important button that we haven't talked about yet. The trigger. That's right, we've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns, and Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created. Mean, ancient, brutal torture machines built to butcher, impale, and shred the minions of hell with. Only in Doom. That's the mission statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield. So let's take a look at some extended gameplay footage and see how these medieval mechanics synergize with the enemies and the environments to form the new combat loop for Doom: The Dark Ages.
Oh, give him the boot, man.
Looks brutal, right?
That was nuts.
And it has the rope still.
Yeah, I might be able to play with him. Oh,
And under the hood, for the first time in an id game, we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders that will allow players to tune the speed and challenge of the game to whatever fits them best. You can slow things down or speed them up. It's a Doom for all Slayers.
Okay.
And the gameplay doesn't end with just the Slayer. We finally have for you, we've been waiting for 2 games now, to get in and pilot your very own 30-story Atlas, which is a mech. It's the size of a building, it's powerful, and you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death with your gauntleted fists. And if that wasn't enough, we also have for you your very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting cybernetic dragon. Neither of these are one-and-done features either. They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic. The Power Fantasy is unlike anything we've made it in. And the combat systems behind these features are deep and tons of fun.
Look at
And as cool as all that is, we know that fans of single-player action games expect more than just great combat to pull them through the experience. So we're excited to share with you not just the gunplay, but the world of Doom: The Dark Ages. Your hero's journey will take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond. And through exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities and godlike powers every step of the way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut, leap, and smash your way through environments full of secrets and treasures. There's always something new waiting to be discovered or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom: The Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction. Explore the medieval battlefield outside the castle walls, seeking out targets and enemy formations along the way to engage with as you see fit, with any gun you choose. Explore what is the largest play space ever in a Doom game. discovering secret caves and dungeon-like mines in search of vital resources. You control the pace of the game. Where you go, who you fight, and the objectives you pursue. It's a Doom sandbox full of war and riches. Once you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates because the battle isn't over yet. And the soundtrack to your epic adventures will be composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape that's loaded with guitars, medieval vibes, and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding the legend of the Slayer with every mission you complete. And speaking of that legend, the story of Doom: The Dark Ages, like everything else in the game, is big. It's a summer blockbuster event with everything on the line, and you are the star of the show. Your power is coveted by your enemies and withheld from your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters, old allies, and powerful new villains. And for returning players, it leads directly into the Doom 2016 Slayer's Testaments. It's an action story worthy of the Slayer's legend.
We've got 10 years of making modern Doom games together, and we've done better with every game we've made.
The hope with all this, the goal, is to give players an experience that's as fun to play as it was to make, and make something that's good enough to become the best game id has ever made.
But that is for you to decide. When Doom: The Dark Ages releases,
Dang, May 15th, dude.
Yes, sir. Right before E3.
Nice, dude. This is a great show. This is a really great show.
Microsoft never gave Sony Doom, Indiana Jones, Ninja Gaiden.
Feel like the super
What the hell would
center
you
of a
play on
medieval war
PlayStation?
against hell.
All of Hazel's powers
Nice.
are designed around textile crafting and spinning.
This is a nice,
The combat
this is a real-
system is built around chaining attacks and unraveling enemies.
Our reactive turn-based
Paper
system has a
24.
real-time reaction which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism.
リングやシリーズおなじみの対
Yeah.
峙と忍者アクションを駆使して乗り越えていくことになります。
皆様に進化した忍者ガイデンを触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
Nice.
Thank you for watching.
All right, guys.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty long, though. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's one of the
I
longest.
mean, they go pretty in depth with every game.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, pretty amazing, dude. I've, you know, I mean, everybody's been talking about the year that Microsoft has. You know, the funny part about it is this is just what they're showing now. You know, they just talked about Game Pass in January, and there's already
Yeah.
stuff about February. And in January, man, they dropped a bunch of games for Game Pass, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like nonstop. And I think that's what they need to do.
Oh, I'm saying you got Stalker first, then you got Indie. Early in the year, you got obviously the Hellblade, and then little drops here and there, right? And then now I fixed the brightness. Right? And after that, now they got about the remaster of Ninja Gaiden. South of Midnight, the Expedition game, and then Doom. That's going into E3. Then we don't know what's going to be for the rest of the year after E3. We know that we got Ninja Gaiden 4, right?
Yeah.
On Game Pass. We know Fable's coming. So imagine they also drop Gears, right? And then, we haven't seen things like Perfect Dark, Contraband, State of Decay 3 still,
Yeah, dude. And who else, man? Who else?
Clockwork, the other game, that Clockwork, I forgot what it was called, Clockwork something.
Revolution, I think.
Revolution, that. Replaced. Like, there's so many titles, man.
I don't even think that's half of the stuff that they have with all the partnerships that they're working with. ID
Right.
Xbox is crazy.
Right.
It's nonstop, dude. I give them their flowers, man. They've totally killed the narrative. I've seen people posting memes today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Xbox has no games and people are having fun. It's unfortunate it's taking them this long to get the flowers that they deserve, but we'll take it at this point.
That's ray tracing too.
But yeah, dude. Yeah, so 10 out of 10 for me, man. That was an amazing show.
Yeah.
The content was amazing. The games they showed was amazing. You can tell Microsoft, I'll say Microsoft because it's the company, but Microsoft.
You have to fix the brightness.
Yeah, they're very comfortable in their skin right now, dude. They've been doing this for a couple years, and you can tell that they're seasoned. It's probably one of the best showcases they show, not just because of the content, which was off the charts, but the production value, just everything they did, man. The pacing, everything was on point. As a person who likes to watch a lot of this type of content, right, outside of gaming even, right, I like pop culture. I love watching shows and variety shows and all this kind of stuff, man. Microsoft is coming to their own. So 10 out of 10 for me, man. I'm looking forward to the future. They're going to have a good year.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be their biggest year so far.
Yeah. It's going to be unstoppable at this point.
Yeah. It's going to be their biggest year by far, especially how they started. But, we kind of suspected that. We said that,
Yeah.
Bro, good luck, Brian.
I'll probably spend the next couple of days looking at people's reactions to it. Oh, I lost Hebot. No worries. We're going to wrap it up. Hebot, dude, we're going to wrap it up, bro. But I got to get ready for work tomorrow. Yeah, brother, I'm going to wrap it up because I got to get ready for work anyway. I know the connection's probably bad, dude.
No, it was I pressed the button accidentally. Moving. I'm trying to wash my hands because I was eating dinner, or salad, really. I was eating.
Yeah, I got to go get my daughter something to eat.
Yeah. So, that Doom, they're going out with a bang with the series, I think, because what I understand, their next game is a new IP.
Oh, okay.
The next game they're doing?
Yeah.
You can tell that they're trying to, really go out with a bang. With the series, probably put it away for a little while. You know what I mean?
I mean, they could build off of it depending on what the story's going to be like. It seems like they're really going in, on playing, the single player aspect of it, right? They want to give it
Yeah, you saw how they said we're trying to do a Hollywood-esque quality feel to the story. You could ride a fucking dragon with fucking machine guns and shit, a biogenetic dragon, cybernetic. That's crazy. Plus the mech.
Yeah, I don't know. I hear some Doom guys a little bit worried. I don't blame them for that, dude, because they're going into new levels. But I mean, they're going in a new direction. But at the same time, you have to try stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta innovate. Yeah, you can't bring out the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. Well, we Halo fans do. How some of our Halo brethren, man, they're like that too, man. They don't want anything to change. And, you know, look, dude, I don't fault anybody for feeling that way either, man. Because I'm old school as well. But you know, you end up missing out on experiences if you just stay complacent or get stale. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, but you know, when they did the games and things to games like Gears, I felt it was a welcome move because you don't want it to get stale. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Gears fan, but I'll say this much on Halo. I mean, as far as the gameplay itself, or as far as the multiplayer and the gunplay and stuff like that, that was always on point, even when they introduced new stuff. So yeah, I agree with you, dude. You gotta, you know, and again, guys, remember we're both Sega fans, dude. This is how we roll. This is how we grew up in gaming. Sega was always pushing the envelope.
Hey, always had like a different gameplay style. That's why I always said that game, like Loco Cycle. Loco Cycle is such a good game. It's a small independent game, but it's so good. And so many people I know have not tried it and just missed out on it. Like, because they look at it like, oh, this is silly, this is stupid. But
that says more about them that says more about them than the game. That's what I learned from the jump from Xbox One 2013, dude. A lot of these guys they're not really gamers. So
right. Especially in the traditional sense, right.
Like last night, that one mountain, Lonely Mountain, Snowy Mountain released. And it's skiing, you know, skiing down
yeah, like slip slope sliders, yeah.
Yeah, so they had the bike game, which I bought. I fell in love with that from the jump. I ended up playing this on cloud last night just to test it out. Dude, it's like they took the first game and just expanded, you know.
Okay.
You know, and I'm like sitting there going, dude, how can you guys like not even try to play these games, man?
Yeah.
Just like some of the guys, I was listening to their reactions a little bit. Not our guys, but people. I try and get a good idea across the board from different. Like I don't, you know, like this one person. She's more of a pop culture person, and then she in the beginning. She could see she wasn't really that in tune, you know. As soon as Ninja Gaiden kicked off, and then it started showing the action, she was like, "Oh my gosh, this is," and you can tell it's real. It's not like she was surprised. You can tell like. Before it started, like she's probably doing it just because she's a reactor.
Yeah.
But by the time Ninja Gaiden was kicking off, she was just like, "Oh my gosh, dude, this is nuts! I can't believe this game." You know, that's what I'm talking about, dude. If you don't put yourself out there, you never have those experiences.
Right. But you would think that it's easy because obviously you're paying $20 a month for the service, right?
Yeah.
They're there. It's not like you got to pay for it full price in order to play it. No, you're right fucking there at your dispense. You can play it whenever the fuck you want. So why not try it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about obviously guys that are busy because they have families, work, like, you know, me and you and others, many others in the world. But, you know, like even on a weekend, if you have a day off and you sit down and play, instead of playing the same thing you always play, go try something new. So that becomes where it becomes very odd. Like, why wouldn't you try it if it's there? If you can play Call of Duty, and no knock at shade, obviously, on Call of Duty, I'm just using it as the example because unfortunately, Call of Duty, GTA, Madden, that's not a stigma. That's just the way it is. Those are the games that everybody, us the casuals, just love to play. They're complacent and they're comfortable with them, right? But if you're gonna take time out on the weekend and spend the whole day playing, why just play only Call of Duty, right? You know what I mean? Or why just play?
All these guys that grew up in movies, but all they watch was Marvel for the last 10, 13 years.
Yes, great point. Yes, that's a fantastic point. You know, I was thinking that to myself. Like I saw these dudes that you know, from like he's part of the Rejects channel. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Real Rejects. Yeah.
Right. And all these guys claiming, "Oh yeah, we're movie buffs, movie guru," and then they're watching movies, and I'm like, "You telling me you've never seen that fucking movie when it's an iconic movie?"
Oh, that's a lot of the movies they do.
And a lot of movies that they do is like, when I started to see that, I was like, oh, no. These guys are newbies and they're in it for the bag. They're not real movie gurus or enthusiasts or buffs. They just want to be part of this of the movement, right?
If I'm being honest, man, I think they think that though. That they really think that. If I'm being
right.
honest.
Right.
But they're so limited in scope, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, even I saw Matty Plays, and he loves talking about before Bethesda games or Ubisoft, right? And he started doing segments of movies, and the motherfucker's telling me, watching, I think it was Aliens, the movie, the series, for the first time, never saw it. I was like, oh, I never seen these. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. That's why a lot of those guys I don't watch.
Yeah. But then they have the nerve to be like, oh, yeah.
Oh, lost Heba. He'll be back. Look, I mean, I'm not hating on these guys. Some of these dudes are younger, you know, but they purport themselves to be like movie aficionados. The guys I grew up in, and I still watch to this day, man. There's guys I watch to this day, and you know, they grew up again, just like I talk about in gaming on this channel, man. There's a culture to all this stuff, and they grew up in the culture of movies and entertainment. You know what I mean? They just don't, you know, react to stuff and look, that's fine, dude. You guys do you. I do me, man. And it's just like I see that, I'm like, all right, you know, everybody's different, but at the end of the day, man, don't purport yourself to be something you're not.
Yeah, I was saying, I'm sorry, I keep pressing that stupid button right in the corner of my phone. Oh my God, I hate it. The little X button, I keep on kicking myself. My phone's about to die, but let me say my point, because my phone's about to die and I don't want to cut off while we're talking about it.
Well, yeah, no worries. Go ahead. Then we'll wrap up.
So he goes, I love Alien. I've never seen the series, but I love Aliens Isolation. I think it was a dope game, amazing. And I'm like, dude, Alien Isolation could not have the impact that it had to me because it's a straight sequel to the second movie.
Yeah.
So there's no way in fucking hell that you connected with it the way that I did, for example, because I saw the fucking movies since I was a kid. I'm gonna say, like, oh my God, I can't. And I'm supposed to take your opinion seriously? Same way he never played Gears of War until just recently. I'm like, oh, nah. Now that guy that calls himself the Bravian, I could understand because he said I never had an Xbox. I bought one for my son, but he plays it. I've always been playing on PlayStation since PS2, and he's from Europe, which makes sense.
Yeah.
And he said my wife bought me an Xbox just so I can try it out because they told her about Game Pass. I've never tried it. And you can tell that all his opinions, reactions, and emotions are coming from a sincere place. He legitimately is like, holy shit, I was dumb. I didn't realize what I was missing. You see what I'm saying?
I'll probably watch his video, man. He probably did a reaction for the show today.
Oh, he did. He also did another reaction because a friend of his that he met a friend through Xbox, right? After he saw his video. He's been playing with him online, and he bought him Space Marines 2 because he couldn't afford to buy Space Marine because his son's, I think, graduation or birthday or something's coming up. And he said, I can't really do anything. And the guy gifted to him. The guy almost broke down in tears. He says, I've never felt this and had this kind of treatment at any point being on PlayStation.
Right.
And he said that. Like, I'm not trying to throw shade at the Sony community. It's just this never happened to me there.
Yeah, it's different.
He said it.
Yeah.
And he said that one of the things that I've enjoyed the most about Xbox, not only their games, it's just the community. People you meet online are really, really legitimate, nice, and friendly, and people that are real gamers. They love to play. And I was like, yeah, it's kind of like that. You definitely get that vibe. You could definitely talk to somebody out of nowhere and definitely get that experience. I don't do it so because I'm very reserved. I like to build my relationship with people before I can be comfortable with them, But I like to do the initial reaching out. If people reach out to me, I usually tend to be hesitant, even though I try not to, because that's probably the way people feel about me when I approach them. And I don't want to make people feel weird, but not everybody has the ability to speak to people the way that I do to try to make them feel comfortable right from the beginning like we just have a normal conversation and I make them feel comfortable, or at least I try. And a lot of people have told me that. I think you even told me that when we first talked, that I make it very comfortable to talk to, right? But not everybody has that ability. You get what I'm saying, brother?
Yeah.
So it's like, wow, like, you know. So yeah, so he did do a video, so check it out because I think it'll be fun. I saw some of it; it was pretty fun. You can see his face; he was flipping out. And his whole thing is always Game Pass, bruv. How can you argue? Holy cow! All these games, you're gonna pay for them on PlayStation, bro. I can't afford this. This is like $300, $400, and you're getting on Game Pass day one. You're like, that's incredible. It's insane. My only thing is like, what the hell? What are they gonna do next? Because you know, in E3, they gotta show big hitters, right, or big announcements, right? But they always do every year.
I think they're gonna do some big things this year outside of gaming, right? So I think you'll probably E3. You might. I think they're gonna do some acquisitions. So
probably, yeah. Because
that TikTok thing was nuts, dude.
Oh yeah.
Somebody wants to get in on that. I mean, they all want to get in on it, dude. I hope it's Microsoft that wins it, dude. That would be great for them.
Well, they know how many people are involved and how much traffic it gets, and it's a great source of marketing, right? To promote shit, right?
Yeah.
I think that's why Trump got such a positive reception, because TikTok helped Instagram, Twitter to get the word out where he was being either put into, being compromised unjustly, or where they were able to show the truth between what was being lied, what was being taken out of context, and things of that nature. And that helped a lot. And I think that's one of the part of the reasons why you got involved. Like, let's make a deal. Okay, let's work it out. And you can turn back on, right?
He was honest about it. He said that that helped him win because that helped him with the youth vote.
Yeah. He said, I like TikTok. He said it. Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if his son had a part to do with that too.
No, the son did.
His son.
Yeah, the son was the main driver. Yeah, he was the main driver for that.
Mm-hmm. Because he said that his son liked TikTok and he has a lot of followers, and even his niece, his granddaughter.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm pretty sure they played a part. They're like, yo, father, but it's so much fun. People interact, they like it.
Well,
and that's why
it was good that it was them, because none of his advisors could have made it work.
Right.
Because it's definitely something of a younger age. But for the Microsoft thing, dude, I mean, they do have contracts with the U.S. government. So, one of the concerns, of course, is the security aspect of it. So it makes sense. But who knows, dude? I mean, Elon, you got freaking Bezos, and you got, what's his name? The Meta guy, can't stand him. Zuckerberg, and then freaking, Google's not going to sit idle. Google's pissed at Microsoft, dude, for getting that contract, that government contract. So it was funny to see them all at the inauguration, dude. But to me, that's a good sign for Microsoft, dude, because, I mean, they have the capital, they have the money. They just need the regulators to disappear, to get out of the way and let them be who they are.
Yeah, like the regulations. Yeah.
And so this current administration is very anti-regulatory, and that's a good thing, I think. So it bodes well for Microsoft, in my opinion, because can start.
I think if they're gonna do any acquisitions, the time is now, while they have a person that will be on their side, right?
As long as it's not something ridiculous, like they're getting drummed over for the AI stuff. But then again, everybody's going the AI route, so I don't think that's any competitive advantage or not. To me, it's like the Wild West. Let them create, man. Let them go.
Yeah, absolutely. What I do want them to go back to, though, and nothing personal, because again, I've been enjoying the stuff, but I want them to go back to making more games concentrated on males as well, and not so much just female. Because a lot of the stuff that they release, other than the classic IPs like Crackdown, obviously, like Doom, obviously, like Halo, Gears, that have always been man driven or mostly man driven, because Gears is the most diverse cast I've ever seen in any game, you know? And they were probably one of the first ones to start it with the different nationalities, genders, as far as the cast or ensemble that you play as, or that are important characters within the world in the game, right? You know, obviously Marcus being Polly Caucasian and Dominic being either Puerto Rican or Dominican. Then you got Coltrane being black, you got Kim being, you know, Japanese or Chinese or, you know, one of the Asian nationalities. I think you even have a Hawaiian character in there. Dizzy, he was like a Southern dude, right?
Mm.
And then the girls, you know, they had the older Jamaican chick with the dreads, Anya, you know, they just that's you know, what's his name, Land, that was played by, you know, by Ice-T. So many, just Kate. There's just so many diversity in the ensemble cast in that game that I think that's why so many people love it and gravitate with it, you know, around the world. Even in Mexico, they love that.
I think that they have to just make a good game.
Make a good game.
They need to start getting back to that stuff. And I'm not saying you can't take risks, you know, and as long as you're willing to understand that, you know, with risk, the risk reward thing is something that's been going on in memoriam. So you got to understand how that works, man. You take a big risk, it could pay off, but it might not, you know. Or, you know, like I support anybody who wants to make the games that they want to make. Oh, dude, I'm sorry, Faded. I missed Faded comments. I don't know why I missed them. Oh yeah, he said possibility that Scalebound might reemerge. Possible, bro. Kamiya's gone, so that's what I was telling you about earlier, dude. Kamiya's out. So
They don't have the assets to that game. So all they would have to do is build upon that engine that's already there. And they did 2 years ago, reinstated the IP to have, you know, like the ownership towards it. You know when they renew the license?
yeah.
They did that 2 years ago. So it is possible. You know what I mean?
That might be something you'll get, like how they just come out of nowhere with it. You know, they'll do a show, like maybe they do E3 and then that's one of the games they show. I'm not saying it's happening, guys. What I'm saying is you see Microsoft's pattern with the drop with Ninja Gaiden. What is that? Black 2, right? I can't think right now, dude. I'm losing my mind. I mean, I think that'd be cool. Like they have surprises like that, and I think it's gonna be a big year for them. You know, maybe we'll talk about it this weekend, bro. I'll do a podcast. We'll talk about it this weekend.
Right.
Like we'll do the aftermath of the we'll call it aftermath, and then and it has to do with this because this is technically like their first big show of the year,
Yeah.
2025. And I'll collect all the stuff and send me stuff, man. If you want me to post it up, I'll post it up too. We can talk about it. Me, you, Sigma, man.
So, I mean, like I said, the meltdown on Twitter today was fucking funny.
Yeah. I saw that, but then I was watching. There was meltdowns all over the place, dude. People getting confirmed, dude. His comments on Panama, the Panama Canal, dude. The dude. From, it was crazy, dude. Then I switched. Then video games, people losing their minds, and then Marvel and Disney still being stupid.
Right.
Like, I'm like,
not learning their lesson.
Yeah. I'm like,
meanwhile, the president declassified the Martin Luther King and JFK fucking, you know, crimes papers out to the world.
Yeah, you got that going on, dude. I was like this, like that's why I told Unlimited, yeah, just stay off social media, bro. It'll overwhelm you.
Yeah, all I know is that we said jokingly when we saw Ninja Gaiden, I say make games great again.
It looks awesome, dude. Avanti says, "What's up, y'all? How y'all like the direct, dude? It was fire.
Yeah, yeah.
It was fire, Avanti. I absolutely, I love it, dude. I'll probably watch it a couple more times. Like I was telling you, I'm gonna go watch some people.
I want to go play some more Ninja Gaiden Black.
Yeah, I gotta go download that. In fact, I'll do that.
Plus, let me know what you think. Please. Like I said, I send you a little sign.
Okay.
Let me know what.
Yeah.
Once you see it, you'll understand right away. Oh boy, I got it.
Okay. Yeah. Thank
You know.
Yeah.
You can text me or anything right out when you get off after you see it or whatever. So.
Yeah. The first thing I gotta do is I gotta take my daughter. So.
Right.
Yeah. So we're wrapping up, guys. Fonte,
All right.
thanks for being here. Faded, thanks for being here, brother. Mike Johnson, thanks for stopping in.
Yes.
Thank
For
you.
sure. Shout out to you.
For coming to the show. Pepe, man. Pepe said plays the Jeopardy theme because he was waiting because I put up at like 6:30 or whatever. And Pepe, thanks, man. Two Man, and also thanks for being here, guys.
Two Man, yes, sir.
Yeah, and we'll wrap it up, and we'll talk to you guys later. Xbox All In, we out.
Peace.